Hey friends, welcome to the video. Welcome to Post to Post. If you are new, my name is Neil. Thank you so much for joining me today. We got a doozy, okay? We've got a crossover between the NBA basketball to NHL hockey jerseys, taking NBA teams and brands and logos and making hockey jerseys out of them. What would a hockey jersey look like with an NLM, oh my god, I almost said MLB, NBA team on it? Like I love these crossovers, and you might think, well, this is kind of silly. Like that's never going to happen. You might be wrong, because the NHL and the MLB, that's where the MLB was coming from. The NHL and MLB have actually done two crossover jerseys this year. I think it was the Anaheim Ducks and the Dallas Stars who had specialty warm-up jerseys that were inspired by corresponding MLB teams to those cities, or states, I guess, rather, with the Dallas one. But if this isn't that impossible, this is actually kind of plausible. So while we're not going to see any NBA to NHL jerseys this year, likely, it's possible for the future. So I kind of like this approach. The designer here is Gabriel. So love the approach, Gabriel. We've done stuff like this in the past, but it's been a while. So I love it. Let's get into it. And of course, guys, if you want to come up with your designs exactly like you're going to see here with this template, you can go to sportstemplates.net, get this exact template that we're going to look at today, the jersey template. And that just doesn't have that template on the site. There are 70 plus other templates on the site as well. New ones being released basically every single month. There's been some awesome new ones recently, not just within hockey, but other sports as well. There's football, soccer, baseball, basketball. There's all kinds on there. I would really encourage you guys to go explore. And if you have Photoshop already, hey, guess what? There's a couple of free ones on there, so you can download those for free, play around with them. If you want to send in a full set, please go for it. And if you want to purchase a template on the site, you can use code POST2POST. That's going to save yourself 10% on whatever template. So explore your creativity, come up with your designs, and send them all in, and I will rank them. Details on how to do that is down below in the description. Let's jump into this. I've ranked these. There are 30 teams. Let's start off with number 30, my least favorite. Work our way to number 1. Number 30 is the Washington Wizards. So I will say this ranking is strictly based on color. I love the specific shade of blue here. I just don't like these colors together, but I just don't like that weird shade of coffee cream-ish. I don't know. It just doesn't fit. It's not sand. It's not, I don't know, if it was Arizona or one of these other states, like California with some like desert aspects to it, I might say, yeah, okay, let's see a little bit of some sand as color in there. But Washington, I don't know. It just doesn't fit for me. Maybe there's more reason behind it. I just don't know it. Just not a fan of that color, or these colors together specifically. So that's really what it came down to, ranking this one last. Number 29, the Atlanta Hawks. Now, I'm going to say this. The top 5 in this video, which you're going to see obviously in a little bit, are amazing. I can't wait for you guys to get there. But I think there's going to be a lot of jerseys ranked from basically this point on, or maybe the entire thing, where there's a lot of disagreement between you and myself. So I'm really, really looking forward to hearing your feedback in the comment section. This is one that's really hard for me to gauge how you guys are going to feel about any of these jerseys, because this is all kind of new for the most part. So this one's bold, okay? This one is super bold, and I think it was a little bit too much for my personal take. It's very modern and very aggressive. I like the logo. I like the color balance here between the red and the yellow. That looks good. A little bit of white in there, but it's just a little bit too aggressive for me. Number 28, up with the Houston Rockets. And again, I think it's maybe specific shades and also the logo. Now, I know that not every team has a modern logo, and I'm not just talking about the NBA, multiple leagues around the world, different sports and whatnot. But I've just never been really a fan of this specific logo. So while the jersey is a pretty generic design, it's very close to, maybe like a Winnipeg Jets reverse retro or something like that. It's an okay jersey design as far as striping and stuff, but the colors, not too bad, I guess. Not really a huge fan, but the logo specifically, just not a fan. Again, not really Gabriel's fault. Number 27, the Portland Trail Blazers. This reminds me, remember, okay, if you watch every video on the channel, then you're going to understand what I'm about to say. But a couple of videos ago, we saw a design of a Japan jersey in an Olympic ranking video. Actually, that video was posted last night. And there was a section of the jersey that reminded me of a VHS tape. This also reminds me of a VHS tape. So again, I don't want to date myself, but I just see like a cardboard cutout of a VHS tape. It's kind of a weird like 80s style design in the middle. And it's not bad. Like, I don't hate it. I've ranked it very low, obviously, but it's just so Jekyll and Hyde. It's just, it's good and evil. It's split kind of in an awkward way. So I think it would be really interesting I think it could work maybe as a specialty jersey or something, but if hypothetically the Portland Trailblazers played in the NHL or had hockey jerseys, I just can't see them going with this kind of aggressive style. It's a silly thing to try and make logical because there's nothing logical about it, but I'm doing my best. Number 26, the Minnesota Timberwolves. I like the colors here. I don't mind the little stars in the green section. I like the stars in the back of the neck as well. I think there's nothing really to dislike here, but I don't really love anything about it. It just felt kind of average to me, so that's really what it came down to. Not really heavy criticism with this one. Number 25, the Sacramento Kings. I essentially feel the same way. I think the logo looks great on there. It reminds me like a mix between the New York Rangers and the Montreal Canadiens reverse retro rather with the colors. So I think the colors are good. I like the logo in the front. It's just, I don't know, maybe a little bit too generic for my taste. I know I'm being overly critical of the really over the top ones, but then overly critical of the simple ones as well. I don't have a reason behind it. Sometimes it's just a gut feeling, and that's really all I can say. Number 24, the Chicago Bulls. I have a feeling the traditionalists are really going to like this. And growing up, I actually had a windbreaker that was a Chicago Blackhawks. Jeez, I'm so used to doing hockey. Chicago Bulls windbreaker, and I used to wear it everywhere. And I left it at a youth center, and I never found it again. It was not lost and found. I think someone took it. I was devastated as a kid because I loved that jacket. I loved Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, and I didn't watch a lot of basketball, but I watched basketball highlights and I followed along and stuff. So I think the traditionalists, maybe someone around my age would really like this, or older, obviously. But I felt like the stars for me, this is a jersey that I think should be simple. And I understand why the stars are on there. They're probably pulled from the city flag. But I would remove the stars, or whatever you want to call those. I would remove them, actually, and just keep it simple with the logo on there, simple striping, and I think I would like this a lot more. Subjective, no right or wrong, just personal taste. Number 23, the LA Clippers. So I think the bottom of the jersey is fantastic. I think even the neck being that thick is okay. It balances nicely with the bottom of the jersey. I like the shoulder patches on there. I actually love the shoulder patches. But other than that, I just felt it was a little bit generic. So again, not really heavy criticism with this one. I didn't feel strongly one way or the other. It's just kind of average. Number 22, the Oklahoma City Thunder. That specific bright blue and the orange, I feel clash a little bit. The way that it's being used here. I think the dark blue and the orange look really good together. I think the light blue and the dark blue look good together. But yeah, there's just something going on with the light blue and the orange. It might be the numbers actually that's throwing me off quite a bit, but I don't know. Again, kind of just like an average design. I really like the style of the jersey. That's for sure. 21, we got Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Nets, and I think this one would probably give me the biggest swing as far as ranking. So I've said this before in videos, but I'll say it again. When I initially rank jerseys, I rank them, I leave, and I come back maybe a day or two later, or 30 minutes later, so it's different every time, and I re-look at them. I've taken some time, I've taken a break, I re-look at them, and I re-rank them. And I find things I like that are new about a jersey the second time I look at it. This is a perfect example of that process. I originally had this ranked in the top 15, maybe even the top 10, or it was around 10. And I came back and I'm like, I don't know, actually. The shoulder patch is really bothering me, but I like everything else that's going on, so I decided to push it down to the 20s. But if I came back a day later, tomorrow, and redid this might be back up in 10th place. Don't put a lot of weight into these rankings. It's all for fun at the end of the day, and it's really about probably the top 5 in this video for me. I can't wait to show them to you. Number 20, Boston. So I think Boston fans are really gonna like this. The Celtics. This is maybe not exactly what they would expect. They might have considered to go with green as the primary color, but Gabriel went with the black. So although it's not maybe the most predictable approach, I think it was the right approach. So even though I've ranked this 20, which is a little bit low, I do like it, and I think he made the right approach. I like isolating the green as kind of the interest piece of this jersey versus making the whole thing green and then trying to make different elements work on the green. This really isolates the green. The rest of it is black. You're not really looking at the end of the sleeves and stuff. It's just, so your subconscious knows everything else is black, and your eye just goes to certain things, like in the middle with the green stripe and the logo and the shoulder patches. And that's a really well-developed jersey, I think, by Gabriel here. And yeah, so my only criticism, maybe the number is not on the stripes, And yeah, anyways, good jersey. Number 19, the Golden State Warriors. This one was cool too. It also reminded me of a VHS tape with the lines and the kind of 80s style logo in the middle. I like the colors a lot. My only criticism here is having squared off shoulders, just because I like those more than the rounded ones, and that's basically it. Number 18, the Cleveland Cavaliers. I went back and forth on this one a little bit as well. So obviously it's very close to the Calgary Flames Heritage Classic jersey and the Montreal Canadiens Barber Pole jersey from 2009 or 8 or whenever it was. So it's not pretty, but it is unique, and it is, I like that it's different. I think that even though it is a bit ugly, the fact that it's different makes me like it, because I almost feel like this is an underdog jersey and it needs to be liked. So, and I like burgundy in general, or maroon, whatever you want to classify that is. I think the logo looks good on there. It bleeds in a little bit with the background, but overall, kind of a strange, ugly jersey, but I like it because it's different. Number 17, the New York Knicks. Again, I felt like the blue and the orange clashed a little bit, but I liked the approach of using black as the primary one here, kind of like that other one that I just spoke about. But again, criticism here would be the shoulders. I just prefer squared off shoulders, and that's really what it comes down to. Number 16, I put the Philadelphia 76ers. I love the middle. I think the numbers could use some work in the lettering. There's no white up there, so there's white in the middle, but I feel like there could be some white in the numbers as well, for balance reasons. But I love the middle. Like, the middle's option what? The middle is awesome. The logo is a little gimmicky. It's a little cartoony, but I like it. It's got personality. This jersey has personality, which I really like. The only thing I didn't like was actually the bit of skyline down below along the bottom. Number 15, the Milwaukee Bucks. We've got a stage grading at the bottom. We've got it again in the collar, and I think that, that's perfect. I think the cream or the off-white, though, it's just not working for me here. And usually it does. Usually I like off-white jerseys and the cream color jerseys, because, every team really has a white jersey. So we're just, it's exhausting almost looking at white jerseys sometimes. They're not that different from one another. So I tend to like the cream jerseys just because they're different. But this one, I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't work. But I do feel like I will be in the minority here. I think the majority of people will really like this one. Number 14, the Toronto Raptors. So this is, I guess, could classify that technically as my favorite team in the NBA. So I think this is perfect, and not perfect as in like the best jersey that I've seen. Obviously, it's not ranked first or even close to it, but I think it's perfect for the Raptors, other than maybe like a throwback classic jersey. This is exactly what it should be, in my opinion. It's perfect with their brand. The logo looks good colorized like that. The striping is unique if we're comparing it to actual hockey jerseys that exist. There's no other jersey like this, at least in the NHL. I like the text on the shoulders, so this is exactly what it should be. I don't love it. I really like it. Number 13, the Phoenix Suns. I love the color here. I felt the logo was a little bit big, but the colors are awesome. Again, I get VHS tape vibes from this. But we don't get enough purple in sports, so having a primary purple jersey here, accented with the yellow, it just screams 90s to me, and I love it. Number 12, the Los Angeles Lakers. So again, we've got a bit of a purple jersey here. So the best thing about this jersey is the tilted striping. And I do feel like the logo gets lost a little bit on that striping, but I love the fact, I love the striping in the background. It is so good. The specific shade of blue and yellow on that purple, it just looks amazing. I would remove the color from the bottom middle of the jersey, actually, because I would just keep it purple. But I don't know how you'd make that logo in the middle stand out a little bit more, but I just feel like it gets lost a little bit. Number 11, the Denver Nuggets. So I like the colorization here. I even like the mountains along the bottom, because it's not just this one point coming up in the middle. There's a couple little side pieces. It's not a mirrored or replicated pattern along the bottom, so it just looks so generic, or like wrapping paper or like a picnic tabletop or something. It's a very specific design on the bottom. It's unique on each side. So I like that there. Now, the logo looks good. The neck, I'm not a fan of the neck. It's the burgundy piece, or maroon, whatever you want to say, is thicker than the same matching stripe along the middle. So I would change the neck. I would move the striping to align in the same horizontal plane. But I like the just approach of this one. I think with a few tweaks, this could be amazing. Number 10, the New Orleans Pelicans. This reminds me a lot of the San Jose and LA Kings Stadium Series jersey from 2015 or 2016. I love the shoulders. I don't love the middle color, that coffee cream kind of color, but I love that I love the approach to this. I would 100% buy this and collect it. And I think I said New Orleans. I know some people say New Orleans. I don't know how to properly say it. Let me know in the comments. Number 9, the Utah Jazz. I love these two colors. This really comes down to color here. The jersey design is good, but I love the colors, and he's just the way that he's balanced the colors as well is perfect. The light blue looks so good with the dark blue. Now the circular part of the logo gets lost in the background of the same color blue, so I might add just like a little bit of white or something back there, or I'm not sure what I would do, but I would try and differentiate that from the background a little bit. But this is an awesome jersey. Number 8, the Indiana Pacers. This is perfect, like absolutely perfect. Very simple, numbers on the shoulder. You guys know I love numbers on the shoulder, but very simple, and just kind of taking out a different approach. He's taken some striping that comes off of the logo, or some pinstripes, whatever you want to say, off of the logo, and bleeds it into the arm. And there's nothing on the other arm. Typically, I would say, we've got some balance issues here, but it's weighted nicely in the sense where there's the C on this side, but then this arm has some striping. So if we're talking about elemental balance here, it kind of balances itself out a little bit. So I give this one a pass. Number 7, the Detroit Pistons. This is cool as well. It's it's a little gimmicky with the tailpipes coming all the way across, but I do like the approach. I think it's pretty cool. This would be a wonderful collector's jersey. The shoulder patch looks good. That logo looks so good on black. So I love the fact that he went with black as the primary color here. This is a really cool jersey. Number 6, the Miami Heat. I mean, if you can tell from the background, I like blue and pink together. I think it's very Miami Vice, hence the style of this jersey. And it's just it's a color combination that we don't see that much. So I think that's another reason why I really like it. I like the flames on the arms. I think that's really cool. I would love to have this in my collection. Number 5, the San Antonio Spurs. There's just something about these colors together. The blue, the pink, and then the almost like pastel orange on the black. It just looks amazing. The logo looks good. The shoulder patch looks good. The numbers look good. Just everything about this is pretty much perfect. Number 4, we got the Dallas Mavericks. So this is, it's a pretty generic design. We've got some color that comes down from the neck, and it comes all the way down. The black goes all the way down to the end of the sleeves. The middle is all one solid color. You've got simple striping on the arms. Simple shoulder patches is Dallas. Like, there's not really anything to absolutely love about this, but it's good in a simple way. Like, there's nothing super innovative about or different about this jersey, but that's its strong suit. Like, it's the execution overall I felt was perfect for this jersey. Nice balance between the blue and the black. I think the numbers are colorized perfectly. I think that the correct decision was made to inverse the color of the number and letter. So it's blue on the arm, black for the C. I guess it's on the side, sorry. Black for the C on the blue. So you're getting that balance and that inverse there. So I like that. If I was going to be critical of anything, it might be to make the shoulder patch of Dallas a little bit smaller. But other than that, this is great. Okay, number 3. Let's get into it. We've got the Orlando Magic. This is a meme jersey, and I don't think anyone would have it ranked as high as I do. But as a photographer who loves to do astrophotography and specifically take pictures of the Milky Way, selfish plug, go check out my Instagram, NEILTAYLORR, I have to rank this in the top 3. I am obligated by photography rules to absolutely include this in the top 3. It's a must. So while this jersey is very silly, and if this has existed, it would be a full sublimation print, and it'd just be crazy, just a crazy jersey. I have to put it. Like, I love this jersey, not from a logical perspective, but just from a collector's perspective, and I have to have this jersey. I would love for this to actually exist. Number 2, we got the Memphis Grizzlies. Perfect. Maybe the neck could be changed a little bit, but if you're aware of the Vancouver Grizzlies and you follow them to Memphis, and this is perfect. I wouldn't change a single thing, maybe other than the neck, like I said, but everything else about this jersey is literally perfect. I love the colors. I love the logo. This is an incredible jersey, an absolutely incredible jersey. And number 1, the Charlotte Hornets. This was by far my favorite jersey. As soon as I saw these come in and I was doing the initial rankings, boom, number 1, instantly. I just knew. As soon as I saw it, instantly, number 1. The gradient is so beautifully done between the bit of a purple into the bluish teal, and down below with some white as well, which balances with the logo, and then the shoulder patches. The numbers fit well on there. The C looks good. The different colored laces going down. The logo, like, everything about this jersey is amazing. Typically, gradients are risky. I don't think it was risky here. I think it works, and it's a beautiful jersey, and it's also a gradient between two colors that we don't typically see when people do attempt gradients. When's the last time you saw a purple to teal gradient in any jersey concept that's ever been on this channel? I know I look at it a lot, and I'm probably forgetting one or two, but I can't think of any off the top of my head, so I'm a big fan of this one. Huge fan of this one. Gabriel, wonderful job on this jersey and all of the jerseys, even the ones I ranked last. Pretty hard to rank last, and near the bottom, those were pretty awesome as well. So thank you so much for submitting these, Gabriel. You are, you always submit quality work, and I appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys at home watching, whether you're watching by yourself or with your family or with a friend or whatever, on your phone, on the Xbox, on your laptop, whatever. Thanks for watching wherever you are. Thanks for spending these past, 20-ish minutes with me. I appreciate the time out of your day. If you like these videos, please hit the like button. If you're new and you want to see more content like this, please hit the subscribe button, because every single Friday we do a video like this on the channel. We talk about NHL jersey concepts, not NBA to NHL, just strictly NHL, and that happens every Friday on the channel. So if you like this video and you're new, 100% guaranteed you're going to like the ones on Friday. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you soon. Adios.